seems today that all we see are useless magic trailers you can't believe. So where are those informed, honest people who help you choose what to buy? With PropDog you can always rely. PropDog are a team who will always aim to please you. Integrity and service that you can't deny. It's time for PropDog Live!
Yay! Well, hello everyone and welcome to PropDog Live with me, Dave Bonsall, and Aki. Just us. That's it. No one else. Everyone's gone. Boo-hoo. Just me on my own. So guys, you're stuck with just old me today. So Alex is away having his jab. So he's having his second AstraZeneca COVID jab. And he had to do it today. He had no choice on the time. So yeah, Mike couldn't make it in today. So it's just me. So we'll see how long we can go. It might be a bit of a boring one, but we'll see. So we do have one customer in the shop as well. I've got Daniel Price over who's just popped in to buy a few things. And Finley, dude, always on top. Nice to see. Happy with that. Adrian, hello, buddy. I hope you're well. Robert Buren is there. Amber's there. She says, hello, Dave, Alex, Bobo, and Aki. Nice to see you. Hope you had a nice week. You jumped the gun there, Aki. It's just hello, Dave and Aki. And Bobo's over there. Frank Valenti says, happy Friday. Ottar, hello everyone, happy Friday. Afternoon all, says John. Chris Gullers is there. Martin Album, hello Propdoggers, happy Friday. I hope you're all well. Finley says, did Alex's boat sink? Is that why he's not? Yeah, he's currently swimming up the Thames. He rung from it last night. He's like, help, I'm woken. Chris Gullender says, just a little prick, Alex. He's currently blinding everyone with his trousers. Hans says, a very happy PropDog Friday to you all. Thank you, Hans, and to you too. And Walter's there, says, afternoon all. Andy Tingley, hi Dave, Bobo and Aki. Hello Andy, and thank you very much, Andy, for my birthday card, the first one this year. Very chuffed with that. Very kind of you. Ted Wright says, loving the new ring flight, can't wait to get mine. Yes, before we read the next one. Ted, yes, thank you for prompting me. So the Ringflight Evolution is finally released. So we decided to release it last week. So we talked very briefly about it on the live, and then we had a few customers and said, when's it available? And basically I was going to film a new instruction video for it, so I was waiting for that, but really haven't got time, especially with the short staff. So then I thought, well, hang on a minute, it's a budget ring flight. Everything on here is pretty much exactly the same as a normal ring flight, except for the way you open it. So let's just release it now with the regular generic instructions, and just a little note on the instructions saying, please be aware, it's for a different version, but everything else is exactly the same except on how to open it. So yeah, that is the new version. If you haven't seen it, there we are. Instead of having a full ring flight, a full car key on it, we are just providing you with a little garage fob. So the car keys themselves are very expensive and these are very cheap. So this is a cheaper version. We don't supply you with the spare clips and spare lines of the warranty just to keep the prices down. And as we discovered today, it locks a little bit less than the regular one, which locks a lot stronger. But if you do want to increase the lock on it, just pop another key in between the fob and the other keys, or a little ring or something, and that'll help it lock a little bit better. So yeah, it's basically a cheap version of it. It works in exactly the same way. It's just as reliable, just as strong, just as smooth, just as silent. We just wanted to find a cheaper way to do it for those people that couldn't quite afford to get the regular one. And by buying this one, we've done it. But it's also a little bit smaller as well, so it takes up a little less pocket space. There we are. So they are available. There we are, $59.99. So that's what 110 normally. So yeah, 50 quid cheaper. There we go. Available on the website now. We have 100 of them, by the way. 100 so far. Amber, you are correct. Amber says, I smell kombucha. You're right on the ball there, Amber. It's not quite the same without Alex sitting here. When Alex is here, I can sit there and rub his face in it, but, well, not literally, but I wouldn't like that. Cheers, Amber. Chris says, happy Friday, PropDoggers. Well, Top Dog Dave, as you are the only one there. Great to see you. Thank you, Chris. And Abanda says, hello, PropDoggers. Finley, Amber Williams, that's what's kombucha? Yeah, well, let me tell you all about it. But I can do that now, can't I, with that, Alex? Brendan's there. He says, hi, Dave, hope you're well. Hello, buddy. I'm very well, thank you, mate. I hope you're well, too. Chris Gullender says, is it 50 this year, Dave? Yes, 50 on Wednesday. So, yeah, what, 4 more days, 5 more days? and I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to take the day off and I'm going to go fishing with Mike, and the good thing is it's about 24, 25 degrees, so it's going to be a gorgeous day off. Ifty says hi chaps. Hi chap. Yeah, Ifty, just me on my own. Walter says happy birthday Dave. Thank you Walter. Ted Wright says maybe cheaper day, but I think this looks really good. Bargain and a surefire winner. Thank you Ted. There have been a couple of previous versions of the Evolution. The very first one I did the Ring-Flight Evolution torch, so it's one of those little wind-up torches you get, really small, about that big, and you wind up really fast and it'll give you a light. But we took all those mechanisms out and then put in the Ring-Flight in it. But it was so small, I had to trim everything down. It was really fiddly, and what we found is the actual screws, when you screw it together, because they're screwing into plastic, they'd round off quite a bit, and the keys would, the actual case would start coming open a bit, and that wasn't good enough, so we got rid of that one. Then we found a different version, which is also a fob, but a square fob with a kind of slidey drawer on it. But then we had exactly the same problem. For some reason, the screws that held it all together just came apart really, really easy. Well, this one doesn't happen. It's a nice shape, it looks good, and yeah, we're eventually happy with this one, and this one will continually be produced. I think we did about 50 of the torches and about 30 of the other version, and we sold most of them, but not a lot. But these ones, they'll be permanently out and available now. Okay, where are we? Cheers to Amber. Liam Ball, afternoon, Dave. Afternoon, Liam. I hope you're well, mate. Tom Cocker. He says, hello, thanks for sending me the hydrostatic double shot class and bracelets. Love them all. Thank you, Tom. Finley said happy birthday for Wednesday Day. Thank you, Finley. And Razza says happy birthday, David. Right, okay, so today we are going to talk about just a couple of things, because there's not really a lot to talk about. We're still waiting on our Murphy's order that was meant to be here this morning, and it's still somewhere in bloody America, in Chicago or wherever, or Sacramento. So we are going to talk very quickly about Molecule by Dave Loosely, or Molecules, should I say. So some of you might have seen this. As far as I know, it's not going to be available through Murphy's. Dave is doing this as a smaller release, and rather than going through Murphy's, he's contacting some of the individual dealers, and he sent us a link to it and said, hey Dave, I wonder what you think of this. And we loved it, really, really liked it. It's a great little routine. If you haven't seen it, it's basically, in fact, I'll show you the trailer, rather than me trying to explain it and ruin it. I'm going to show you the little trailer. So we're going to go over to Dave now for the trailer, and yeah, I think you'll like this one.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Loosely, and I am so excited to present to you Molecules. This is a project that I put together which works. It is a routine, tried and tested, that you can take out into the real world, and it's ready to go. I want to show you one of these. It might just look like a black disc to you, but actually it is a black hole. It's a portal to another dimension. If I take a coin, I place it into my left hand. We're going to take the black hole, I'm going to place that inside as well, just like that. And I feel it like it's sucked up into the black hole. Now, to get it out, you just got to find the exit point, which is just there, and you can cause it to jump right out the hole. Again, this is just a black hole, but if we want to use our imagination, turn it into an 8 ball, a flat 8 ball. In fact, if we were playing pool and we potted the 8 ball, you lose the game. But let's say I was in control of the ball and I could cause it to travel wherever I wanted. Now, I did call it a ball, it's just a flat bit of plastic with a sticker on it. Well, that's what it looks like to you anyway. But to me, that's an 8 ball. You just got to use your imagination. For example, just there, you can cause it to turn into an 8 ball, which is pretty cool. Now, if I want to flatten that down, I just do this, and that will flatten it right the way back down to being what it was. And in fact, it's not even a flat 8 ball, is it? It's just a black hole. In fact, it's not a black hole to you, it's just a bit of plastic. But that's the magic of imagination. This has become my everyday carry for the past year, and the reason is because it just sits in your back pocket, ready to go. There is so much information taught on the video to this. You get 2 versions of the Molecules routine, plus some extra bonuses, as well as receiving some custom made cards inside here as well, which gives you an awesome way into Molecules. This is a project I've been working on for the past 2 years, and with the props that you get supplied, you're going to be set and ready to blow your spectators' minds. I put each of these sets together myself, and I do it in limited numbers. So if you like what you see, why not head over to my site www.davelooselymagic.co.uk/shop, and you can get yours right now.
There you go, that is Miracle. So yeah, you can either pop over to Dave's shop or we've got 20 of them here in the shop, and yeah, we really like it. What I like about this, it's kind of like my sugar... Hang on, I'm not talking about that. What's going on? I lost my desktop. Hang on. Sorry guys, there we go. Oh, there we go. What's going on there? I got a system update thing. No, cancel all that. There we go. Right, okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, so what I really like about this, it's kind of like my sugar routine in that there's a whole sequence of events that creates a whole routine. So rather than just one, hey, boom, there's a trick, this is something with a beginning, a middle and an end. It's a little routine within a routine, and I like that. And Dave gives you everything you need. You've got your little ball there, and this, although it's a small ball, has some real weight to it. It's a proper little weighty ball. In fact, Dave was, he mentions on the instructions that originally he was doing a routine where he was changing a coin into a steel ball bearing. And then he wanted sort of to go a bit further, and hence the 8 ball, and he sort of brought it on from there. And yeah, you get everything with it. You get your little 8 ball thing there, you get some spare stickers, which is a nice little touch as well, and your extra cards that he shows you there in the trailer. So yeah, it's £25 and doesn't take too much skill to do. I like it, and I'm sure you guys will as well. There we go, so that is Molecule. And as a little bonus, Dave was very, very kind when he sent us these. He also sent us a copy of his At the Table live lecture and a signed copy, a signed 2021 copy of his Creative Collective Volume 1, and this is to give away as gifts to you guys. So at the end of the day, we are going to give these away to one of you lucky winners. There we go. Right, okay. Noise. Oh, it's an airplane. Thought it was raining in there for a minute. I could hear a noise. Strange noises when you're on your own. What's going on? Right, where were we? Oh, long way down. Done that one, done that one. Hi gang, sorry I'm late. I can't stay long as I'm trying to sort out tonight's Zoom, says Jonas. Well, Jonas, if you're having problems sorting it out, mate, have a few drinks. You'll be a lot smoother, a lot better, and you'll get it all sorted a lot faster. You know the routine. Matthew Colley says, happy birthday for Wednesday, Dave. Thank you, my friend. Pete Beecham says, I've managed to see a live. Just managed. It is raining. I wasn't hearing things. You hear that?
Yeah.
That's hammering it down. It was a gorgeous, hot, sunny day when I went out there earlier. Damn it. Better not be like this over the weekend. Sorry, Pete Mitchum says, I've managed to see a live. Live just had a week at uni. Live just had a week at uni. Hope you're all well. I think I understand that. Pete, Charlie, hello buddy. He says, your B-day is between me and my mum's, 1st and 4th. Wow, have a good day. All the best people have birthdays around this time, Charlie. Lee Alex, hello mate. He says, birthday, where's the cake and how come you are celebrating on your own? All the best. Not birthday today, Lee, it's birthday next week on Wednesday. J.O. says, hello Dave, any tips on repairing tension on ITR? My covert reel by Uday, strength is very weak, not retracting. I tried to adjust the tension, but little caps are very loose. J.O., I haven't actually seen the covert reel by Uday, so I don't know exactly what it's like. But while you were watching the Dave Loosely video, I picked up an ITR from the drawer. Is it this kind of ITR? I haven't seen the covert one. If it is, the only real way to increase tension on it is basically to wind off these caps. So you basically take a cap off like that, work out which way round it goes, which way the coil is, and wind it up more tight on that side. But whatever you do on that side, if you do 10 turns on that side, turn it round and do 10 turns on that side as well. If it's like that, that's the only way I know to do it. But the covert reel is different, which I really don't know. Then I'm afraid I have no idea, Joe. I can't help you. All I can suggest, if you want to send it to me, I'll see if I can analyse it and have a look at it. Chris Watts, he says, wow, what a fantastic illusion of making Alex's Bona Beer in the shop. Better illusion than Copperfield's, just messing to make Alex and Mike feel they're missing out. Well, yeah, I'm sure that Alex will probably be listening to this later on his way home after his injections. Raza, hello Raza, he says, how did you manage to stay patient and reply to people when they ask for requests to work for free, cheap and discount after you've given quotes? which were already sincerely thought out if possible, please. Apparently lots of magicians are getting requests for free work despite the impact of lockdown. I'm trying to get your advice if possible, please. Right, Raza. I used to get really wound up by people asking for me to work free because they don't realise that this is your full-time job with your sole form of income. It's slightly different if you're a part-timer, but let's say somebody asked me to do a charity booking for free on a Saturday. I've got to say to the client that I only earn my wages when I perform. If I perform for you free of charge, that means I can't take a booking, a paid booking, normally on that day. That means I'm going to be severely lacking on my wages for that week, you know. I need to pay my mortgage. I have bills to pay. I have to eat. You know, would you consider working for free all the time? You wouldn't do that. So I kind of subtly try and put that point across. But they often don't ask you for free after you give them a quote. So what you usually find, it's a charity event. Somebody will say, look, I've got a charity event and we're looking for somebody to come and perform. Could you do a discount for charity? Which again is really cheeky because more often than not, the charities have quite a bit of money. And it's all very well you donating your sign for a charity, but again, if you've got to earn a living doing this, you can't keep supporting charities all the time. But what I would do usually, let's say you charge £450 for booking. Okay, somebody comes up and says, look, I've got a charity book, and you turn around and say, well, look, you know, I normally charge £800 for my fees, but as it's a charity booking, on this one occasion, I'd be happy to do it for £450, but on the one condition that if anyone was to inquire about my price afterwards, you quote my genuine price of £800, and they're going, oh wow, I'll get an £800 magician here for £450. That's pretty good. So that may well help you get the work. If they ask for a discount after you've given the price, you've got a couple of options. You could say, well, look, I'm really sorry, this is my fee, I have to charge that because this is what I need to survive. Or you can say, look, my problem is I need to earn this much money to survive, and chances are I'm going to get another fully paid booking on that date, so I'll make you a deal. Okay, I will come and perform for £250 if I get no other bookings on the day. Okay, if I do get a booking at the regular price of £450, then I'll either try and find you another magician who might do it for that price, or I won't be able to attend on the day, so it's a bit of a gamble. So those are your options really. Regarding staying patient, you'll just get used to it. Yeah, you get a lot of people who will ask for free charity bookings all the time, and you know, just got to deal with it. The other option, of course, is if they ask for a discount, you can turn it to your advantage. Say, well, look, I do normally charge £450. I'm willing to do it for your budget of, let's say, £350 on the condition that I can bring a friend along to video my performances, so I can use some of those in my show reel or my social media later on, which is another way of getting around it a bit. So yeah, that's all I can offer really. Yeah, there's nothing really I can add to that, I'm afraid, Raza. Yeah. Jo says, what's the best option to bend Euro coins, Convex 3 or Oxbender? Thank you. Oxbender is a bit... it's a bit difficult to bend a lot of coins with. So you'll find you can bend copper nickel coins. So in the UK, we have, let's say, a 2p, for example, 2p piece. It could be either steel or it could be copper nickel, depending on when it was made. So either it will stick to a magnet or it won't. If it doesn't stick to a magnet, they're really soft, and an Oxbender bends are really easy. If you have a steel one, they're quite hard to bend. Euros are even harder to bend because they're thicker. So I don't think you'd be able to bend one with an Oxbender. If you did, it might have to be one of the really smaller coins. Or you might want to heat treat it first. So we heat treat our coins. So for example, all our heat treated 50p's, 10p's and 2p's bend really easy with an Oxbender, where you can't bend them normally without. So I would say Coinvex 3. Now the advantage of Coinvex 3 over Coinvex 2 is that Coinvex 3 does fit a €2 coin in it. I once did a booking in Galway in Ireland, and it was a presentation for a big corporate company, and there was a big U shape of tables with everybody lined up in those tables all the way around. And I've met the booker previously at a private party, he invited me along for the day, and he'd seen me do the coin bend and really liked it. And I do use Coinvex. I was using Coinvex 2 at the time, and I'd done a few different tricks, and it came to, you know, the point where in my routine I was going to do the coin bend, because it specifically asked for it. So I got a volunteer up to have a coin. Yeah, got a coin, and got them to sign it and everything. Went to put the coin into the Coinvex 2 and realised it didn't fit, and I had no idea at that time that the €2 coin wouldn't fit. And I'm like, what do I do? And I suddenly thought, well, What about some of the other Euro coins? They might not fit either. I hadn't tested them. So lesson to you, always know what coins you're going to be using. And of course, being in Ireland, nobody had a regular 10p coin. So I said, you know, I'm not going to do this trick. I've kind of hurt my wrist in something earlier on. I'm going to put it away and went on with something else. Bit embarrassing. But yeah, I would say go with a CoinVex 3. And if for any reason you find, if you buy it from us and it doesn't work and you can't get it to work, then return it and we'll give you a refund. Dodie says, hi there. Hello, Dodie. Thank you for joining us. Kevin King, happy Memorial Day to all us prop doggers watching from the USA. Happy Memorial Day to you, Kevin. Chris Watts says, happy birthday, Dave. Is your birthday wish getting rid of Alex so you can drink your kombucha in peace without him moaning? No, my birthday wish is to have a nice quiet day off fishing in the sun with my friend and not having the phone ring once. That's my ideal birthday wish, and I'm going to get it. Ifty says, I think Evolution could sit better alongside your existing car fob so you can always have your reel with you. That's my only issue with Revolution. Would be weird, bulky if you have two fobs on a keychain. Yeah, I mean, for me, I just had my normal car keys and I just had my ring flight 4 gigs. So if I went out to a gig, car keys away, ring flight comes out, and that's the way I did it. I didn't really carry one around for everyday magic. Matt Bowskill says, happy birthday, Dave. Thank you, mate. Will Alex be exploding out the cake later? That would be a good trick, wouldn't it? I'd rather have Mila exploding out of the cake, I think. Where's Alex? His boat sank, question mark, says Stephen Blair. So if you joined us late, Alex isn't here today. He is currently having his second vaccination and they gave him a time. He couldn't change the date. It was on a Friday at 2 o'clock. So yeah, he won't be back today. Liam says, sorry I'm late. What did I miss? Everything, Liam. You missed everything. Yeah. Andy Tingley says, Dave, I don't want to frighten you, but there's a shadow behind you. Just checking. Rob Jane, hi Dave. With a big 5 looming, are you going to A, grow up, B, stay a magician? Definitely going to stay a magician, and I don't intend to grow up until I'm at least 80. Not if I can help it anyway. Life's too short to be mature and adult and grown up. As we famously can't do both. Happy birthday, mate. I hope you have a great day. Thank you, Rob. Nick Adcock says, happy Razza Day, everyone. Benjamin says, when a small local charity asks me to perform for free, I am available. If I am available, I will do it. They need to provide a donation receipt so I can claim it on taxes. Not sure what UK tax law is like, so your mileage may vary. Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy to do the odd booking every now and again for charity, especially if it's a charity I'm interested in and supporting particularly. But if I haven't got many bookings on that week, then I really don't want to be taking on that booking. So, you know, it's like if they're asking 3 months in advance, I almost definitely won't do it because, I may have nothing else that entire week, maybe 2 weeks. But if I've got 4 bookings on that week and somebody says, can you come and do a charity gig, and maybe it's a Tuesday or Wednesday, yeah, quite often if it's local, I'll say, yeah, I'll come and do it. At least you can hand out plenty of playing cards, business cards, and hopefully get some bookings out of that. Max Gibson says, hey mate, any news on the new Dave Loosely effect? You missed it, Max. We've just talked all about it. It is here. We've got it in. We do like it. I've just shown the trailer, and Dave's very kindly given us some giveaways as well. So yeah, really, really good. We do like that. Happy birthday, old boy, says Stan. Thank you, mate, and happy birthday to you. The lucky over there. Look. There you go. Say hello, Stan. Uncle Stan over there. Your surrogate stepdad. Yeah, you're tired, aren't you? It's getting big, mate. It's getting big. Andy Tingley says, are you getting Nexus wallet in? Not sure, Andy. We were just looking at it earlier on today. It does look pretty good. There's a lot you can't do with it that you can do with a Plus wallet, and they do say about a ring in envelope. I'm curious to see how they do that and what method they use, because obviously we do the Bonzelopes. And it doesn't say that you can do a card in envelope, so maybe you're just limited to a ring, nothing else. But it does look quite cool. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It doesn't look too wallety like. I'm not sure if wallets in America are more like that, but wallets over here, they don't. You bring it out. To me, that looks like more of a magician's wallet or a trick wallet than, say, a Plus wallet does, or something like the hip wallet, Jericho hip wallet. So, but yeah, we might get one in and have a look, see what it's like. The Peep device does look like a nice method. Otto says, did someone say exploding cakes? Let's see your exploding cake with someone in it, Otto. Matt Bosco says, Dave, do you have any experience performing for people with learning difficulties? I help run a club with my wife, and I really appreciate any thoughts on doing magic for groups like this. Not really, Matt. No, I've done a few bookings for mentally disabled people in the past, and to be honest, I pretty much just did what I would normally do, but what I would normally do to say a 10 or 12-year-old at a wedding. So things like my sugar routine, sponge balls works really, really well. D-lights will work well. Anything very visual that's easy to follow. I mean, you're not going to start asking them to remember cards or sign cards or do any mentalism on them. So, but then again, it depends on the abilities, because you do get people with learning disabilities who are adults and actually very clever, but they just, don't really interact too well with people. So you've got to figure out your audience when you get there, I guess. I mean, when you get there, speak to the booker. In fact, even before you get there, speak to the booker, ask them what kind of audience they are, what kind of attention span they have. Do they have like a mental age? Do they respond well to visual stimuli? Ask them all those kind of things, so then you can kind of tailor your routine before you get there, and it'll make things a lot easier. And then once you start interacting with them, you'll soon start to realise what they're like. So hopefully that'll help a bit. Jonas says, yeah, Zoom tech check done. Now finally PropDog alive. Friday, I missed the Sunstrumming birthday cake. Yeah, Sunstrumming with icing on top. That'd be nice. And get Alex inside that one as well. Max Gibson says, oh, happy birthday. Thank you, mate, for Wednesday next week. Dave, modern day Peter Pan. Thank you, Walter. I wish I could fly like that. Tim, well, could ask for a few puffs or something, but yeah. Tim Hodgkinson says, happy birthday, Dave. Thank you, mate. Stephen Blair says, say no to working for free if you don't want to do it. Say yes if you do. Take a day off and go to the pub and take no magic. Yeah, good call. Shush, hush now, Otter, says Jonas. Raza says, how did you finalise your pricing structures if possible, please? E.g., I've heard of someone saying that their rate can vary from £500 to £5,000 per event. I don't understand why. Do you have any particular friendly advice on the topic? Bronze, silver and gold packages or similar, if possible, please. Right, so gold, silver and bronze packages. Never gone down that route. That works well for kids' birthday parties when maybe you've got upsell gifts where you can say, look, my bronze package is 30 minutes and you get a small bag of tricks. My silver would be an hour and a half with a big one, and your gold one is your singing or dancing. I'll be there for 2.5 full hours, and the kids will get a big goodie bag, loads of magic tricks and lessons afterwards or something like that. So that could work well then. I've never offered it in adult magic. I've never heard of anyone offering it in adult magic, but that's not to say there isn't people out there doing it. Regarding pricing, pricing is so difficult. I don't think you'll ever finalise your prices. I mean, if you look at somebody, let's take an example of somebody who's been on BGT. They may be charging £350 for 2 hours. And then after BGT, they're in extreme demand, and you can't get away with charging £250. You then got to start charging, £500 or £1,000 or whatever. And next thing you know, you may be on TV doing loads of magic on other shows as well, and suddenly you're charging £2,000 because you're the next best thing in magic. So you'll never finalise your pricing, but you've got to put your pricing to a structure where it works for you. I think I mentioned before about, if you perform at a booking, and let's say you're starting off, you charge £200. If anyone from that booking books you, charge them £25 more and keep on doing the same. And you'll get to a level where the pricing will even out, because you'll stop getting, your conversion of inquiries to actual bookings will drop off. So let's say you're charging £200 and every single booking is confirming. Then you want to charge a little bit more. If you charge £300 and all of a sudden only 1 in 5 are booking you, then drop your price down to £250 and find a pricing that works. What you don't want to be doing is charging so low that you've got, let's say, 3 bookings on a Saturday, 3 on a Sunday. So let's say you charge £200, you're getting 3 bookings on a Saturday and 3 bookings on a Sunday. Well, that's not really sensible. Why not charge £600 and get 1 booking? And that way you've got plenty of time that you might get another booking. Not that you necessarily jump up to £600, but let's say you're charging £200, you get 3 bookings on a Saturday, put it up to £300 and get 2 bookings on a Saturday, and you might still get the third one, but you're working less either way. And if you're that much in demand, you can afford to do that. And if you're in that much demand, you're obviously fairly good at what you do, so you can afford to charge more. If you're not in demand and the bookings aren't coming in, lower your price because you're not good enough to charge what you're getting. So it's a very fine art finalising those prices, but it's something you'll learn over experience, because over a long period of time you will work out what works and what doesn't. Also learn to know the booker you've got and your audience. I mean, you see some people out there who advertise themselves as the elite magician, the deluxe magician, or the billionaires magician. You know, there's a few people. I think Richard Stupler or Stoppler is in the magician directory. He's got about 50 pages all over the world, in Dubai and New York, and there's pictures of him in front of private jets and Ferraris and private yachts. And if you book him, he's most likely going to charge you, you know, £2,000 or £3,000. Doesn't mean to say he's any better than you. He may be terrible compared to you, but that's what his clientele would expect. If somebody owns a private yacht and you go and quote them £300, you're not going to get that booking, because it doesn't matter how good you are. They're going to think, well, I'm going to book that one. Let's go on. As an example, I used to have a really nice top hat. So I was doing a photo shoot many years ago, and I really wanted a really high quality top hat to use in my magic for the photo shoot. So I got one off eBay, secondhand, an old 1940s beautiful moleskin top hat, and I bought it for something like £150. They often go for a lot more, so I got a really good deal, and it was a lovely, lovely hat, and I had it for many, many years in beautiful condition, in a nice case. And I decided eventually I was going to sell it on eBay because I didn't need it anymore. And I waited till about 3 or 4 weeks before the Ascot races, and then I put it on eBay then, because at Ascot and a lot of the other races they have to wear top hats, so I thought there might be an influx of people on there. So I put it up there with a £1,200 price tag, or I'll make a nearest offer. And immediately someone came on and offered me £900 for it. I was like, wow, fantastic. So I sold him a £900 and went and delivered it to him. Well, I got Henry to go and deliver it to him in person in London. And yeah, I mean, I made a lot of money on that. Did I feel guilty? Not really, no. The guy wanted it, and he wanted to pay that much money. Had I sold that for £150, he wouldn't look twice at it. So he was some top London lawyer who wanted to be the best of the best, and he went and bought it because he knew it was a high price tag. And that's the same with magic. So if somebody books you, find out what they've got. I think I've said this before, Raza, on one of the posts before. Find out what other events they've got. If they've got a 5-piece band, a harpist, a silhouettist, and a caricaturist, charge a lot more, because they've got a big budget and they'll expect to buy more. If you can find out the postcode or where they live, again, you know, find out the value of their house, find out the venue. If they're in a really expensive, exclusive venue, charge them more. If they're in a little village hall in the middle of nowhere, charge them less. You've got to adapt and change your fees to suit your audience as well, and not just because of how good you are, but purely because that's what they would expect to pay. I think I mentioned as well that I had a booking once on New Year's Day in a local area miles away. This was many years ago when I was a bit less experienced, and I got that booking a normal fee. I think it was about £450 at the time. And then somebody else really close wanted to book me on that day. I could have fitted both bookings in quite easily, so I charged a lot less. I think I quoted £200 because I wanted to get that booking. And the booker said he didn't want to book me, and I said, you know, mind me asking, you know, what the issue was? And he says, well, to be honest, you were so cheap. You were too cheap. I found someone a bit more expensive. I have a bigger budget. I wanted somebody better. And I said, yeah, of course, do you mind me asking who they booked? And I did know who they booked, and they weren't a very good magician, but they'd had the sense to quote more, and they got the booking. So yeah, it's a fine art, Raza. It's a fine art, mate. Amber says, I have learning disabilities, I'm autistic too. But yeah, exactly, Amber, but with you, normal magic will hold well, you see? So it hasn't got to be, just because you've got learning difficulties, doesn't mean to say necessarily that you're not going to understand what's going on. So yeah, know your audience. Otar says, in Faye Presto's booklet, she writes, if you're any good, every 5 years, double your prices and half your work. Yeah. Repeat and repeat. Yeah, good point there, Otter. Jonas says, I think it was Trevor Lewis who told me there's a difference between getting paid for the show, getting paid for what the show is worth, and just delivering the show they pay for. Yeah, good call. And make sure you give them, you know, value for money. If you give them value for money, they are going to come back to you no matter what. So right, okay. I don't think there's not a lot really else to chat with. Without Alex here, we've got nothing new to talk about. There's not many people watching today, and their comments are pretty quiet. So I think we'll call it a nice early day today. A nice short 40-minute live. We'll do the giveaways, and that's it. I really don't think there's anything else to talk about today. Nothing else new in, guys. So yeah, right, okay. So hang on, another one from Raza. That's another half an hour gone. Raza says, on the topic of pictures, how important do you feel a profile picture is, if possible, please? I'm thinking of hiring a photography person next week for £480. Raza, don't do it. No one really gives a toot what you look like and how good you look like this, or that, or that, or that. No one cares. No one cares what you look like. What they care in is what you can do for their audience. They don't want to see you doing that. They want to see one of your audience members going and like that. That's what people want to see. So bear with me, the doorbell's going. So Mackie! Quiet. Wow, that's unprofessional, leaving a live show, but I got no choice, guys. I've got no choice, so doorbell's ringing. So what was I saying? Forgot what I was saying now. What was it? Oh yeah. So no one cares what you think you look like doing that. What they want to see is pictures of the audience. If you've got a couple of people going, wow, that's amazing, especially in a show reel, people will go, that's what I want for my wedding. Yeah, this magician, he looks all very cool with his cards going, that, but look at the reactions on that person. That's what I want. So as long as they've got one little picture somewhere on the website to show them what you look like, so they can see who they're hiring, you should be all right. So if you look at my website, in fact, my website's on my website, a lot of it is Adobe Flash with pictures that rotate. And Adobe Flash isn't working at the moment, so you'll find that if you go to my website, you may find that a lot of the images won't show up. But if you do go on there, all the images that are on there, they're all reaction shots. Every single photograph on the entire website is just reactions. The only picture of me is one little picture in the top left-hand corner of me leaning over a deck of cards, just so they can see what I look like. But they'll see what I look like in the photos anyway. So yeah, don't hire a photographer, Razzie. You really don't need it. So curious what the hell is this, because this he asked me for my age and date of birth because it's age verified, so that leads me to believe that it is alcohol, and I'm just wondering if this is a very kind gift from one of you guys. Dave Bonzel, yeah, it does say Dave Bonzel. Let me open this in front of you. I can see Jonas currently sweating now, going, oh. Is it? It is as well. Oh, it is. I think this is a little birthday gift. Is it from one of you guys watching live? Well, somebody in my home might be going, yes, he's got my gift. Otter! Happy birthday, Dave. Keep the magic alive, Otter. So, Otter, good timing, my friend. How on the earth did you make? Was that just pot luck, you getting it delivered during the live? Or did you somehow wangle that, my friend? Thank you very much. What did you get me? Whoa! The bottle of Sunstrumming alcohol. Sunstrumming kombucha. Let's have a look. Sunstrumming, not Sunstrumming. Oh, monkey shoulder, good call. Thank you, Otter. Right, start the live. I'm going to get drunk on camera. No, I can't. I've got to drive later on. That's amazing. Thank you, Otter. What great customers we have here, isn't it? Great customers. So, brilliant. Thank you. Made my day. Woohoo. Guess what I'm doing tonight? Funny enough, Otter, oh, your comment, we've done that comment, haven't we, about the, W prices. Jonas says, I think it was Trevor Lewis who told me there's no, we've done that one already. We're all different, done that one. Brendan says, I know we're not charging enough for my shows, so I know I'm not charging enough for my shows, but I'm simply afraid to charge a high price. Feel like I'm robbing them, not sure how to get over it. You've got to think, if you're worth it, Brendan, then you can charge that. But as I said earlier, don't be afraid to charge more because people expect it. Don't forget, they've gone round probably 20 magicians and got quotes from 20 or 30 magicians. And if they've got those quotes, they're going to know what the average price is. If they've just seen you from a booking previously, let's say you did a wedding and they booked you, there's a very good chance they've asked the booker, said, look, you know, this guy was really good. Do you mind me asking how much they charge? So they'll know anyway. And it's your value for money. they're not paying for 2 hours of your time, Brendan. Really important you know that. They're not paying for 2 hours of your time. They're paying for 10 years of your practice. Okay, that is what it's all about. So for me, you know, if they hire me, they're paying for nearly 40 years of practice and experience and trading all over the world performing magic, and that's what they're paying for. So yeah, don't be afraid for it, really don't. But if you want to go out for less, then go out for less. If you don't need the money and you're happy with it, you know, that's fine. Speaking of people charging money, Bank Night is new, says Paul Martin. Yeah, it's Paul Martin. You know, he's a classic. He's been doing magic, you know, what, 20, 30 years, and Paul only charges 50 quid a booking. Just, you know, one of those things, you know. And occasionally gets one. Jonas says, I'm Solberg, do talk about kombucha. Solberg, he means he's sober. I presume, is it? I don't know. Nick Adcott says, quit before Razza takes over. Take over happens. Razza's asking some good questions, though, that Raz's questions, I think, will give a lot of people knowledge to questions they never thought to ask or didn't want to ask, or thought, actually, I don't want to ask that because it might seem like I'm not experienced enough. So Raz is asking some good questions, so yeah, that's fine. 480, I'll do it for 50 and be robbing you, Sean Mann says. Yeah, you'll have to compete with Paul Martin then. Amber says, Dave, how long is the cable on your camera? Could you give people that have not seen the shop a tour of it? Yeah, I can, Amber, but what I can do as well, I can give a little tour with the iPhone as well. So I've got a longer cable on here. Let me see how long that is. It's not tangled up, is it? Yeah, let me give you a quick tour of the shop then, Amber. That will give a few more minutes on here. Right, where's the close-up cam? There we are. Right, okay. So this is what I see when I'm talking to you. Look, this is our little interface here. I get to see your face. Oh, that's a freaky little thing. Look, oh, look at that. Weird. So that's what I normally see. Right, okay. So well, we've got Aki, who's just fast asleep down here. And this is just behind the counter area there, and we do encourage customers to come behind here. This isn't a barrier, because if people want to see what's on the shelves over here, look, you can come and have a look. So we've got some magazines up there, straight jackets and bits and bobs around there, just a few demo stuff down there, some random products all around. You see how much stock we do keep. We do keep a lot of stuff in stock. I know a lot of shops say they are shops with stock, but if you compare how many items they sell to how many items are out of stock, you're looking at well, a big ratio. I think I did a little calculation, and it worked out that only 3% of their stock was actually physically held in stock. There we are, some shattered up there, lots of books over here. These are the smaller books, thinner books coming down. There's a little Sans Mine's got their own little shelf down there. Got some stuff in the cupboards over here. Let's have a little sneaky peek. What's in here? Oh, there we are. Some of the little kids beginner stuff in there. Things like their little pencil cases and dynamic coins and all the easy to do magic things. What's in there? Similar sort of thing in there. Oh, some Devil's bottles in there. Right, got some Trevor Duffy pads over here. A lot of storage stuff under here. This is all the kids stuff. That comes in bigger boxes under there. Look. There we are. This is a little box just for stuff we can't fit in drawers because it's too long, little ones, etc. Little table we're working on. Right, so here's the DVDs. And the DVDs, you'll see they're all categorised. So just use a laser cut lead. Nice little shelves. So we've got animation, levitation, bizarre, haunted, business related, chop cups of balls, children's magic, scapology, dove magic, drinking the news, coin magic, gambling, fire related, magic with holes, juggling, manipulation, money magic, mentalism, metal bending, pen related, ring related, pickpocketing, rope magic, stage magic, silk magic, sponge magic, Rubik's Cube, rubber bands, thumb tips, toppets, torn and restored. Then over here we've got card magic instruction only, card magic including gimmicks, and then we've got the random section down here that doesn't really fit into any other categories. So here we've got a couple of close-up cases. There's a little idea we're working on. I'll show you these in a second actually. Some sponge balls. So yeah, some random DVDs around there, some other Sans Mind stuff, theory stuff. There's our security cameras, but you can put DVDs in here if you want to have a look at a DVD. More random DVDs. There's a great magic video library and some International Magic magazine, International Magic lectures. Michael and Ma, these are misnamed at the moment. They were Theory 11 DVDs and Illusions, but now they're just random Daryl stuff, Michael and Ma stuff, etc. Cups and balls. Right, let's move over here. What we got? So this is what the camera setup looks like. Camera over here. Look, onto the back of the Mac. The microphone up there. Let's pull this cable out. There we go. Right, okay. There's Bobo's cage. So hello, Bobo. It's in the cage at the moment, being a bit of a pain. Right, so let's go over here. Look, we've got a little JOL section, and lots of little wooden boxes I made. Again, on a laser cutter, just to fit everything in. So there's all the different Jerry O'Connell products all the way down there, around there. Ring flights, lemon for life, egg for lives. Big magic book. It's just a random bit of stuff on our shelves over there. There's all our Sherpas. Then we've got the 10-year stuff hidden behind there. Just some other random bits and bobs. This is our little office area. This is where Alex sits. That's where Mila sits over there. This is where Jason did sit. That's empty at the moment. Our little kitchen area. We've got random stuff over there. There's our hazardous cupboard for all our flash stuff. The area there. Other bits and bobs around there. Right, here's all our coins, different coins in there. So flippers, magnetics, everything down there. Loads of little coins. Let's go over here. What have we got? So there's our little deck display. Again, all these little shells all made on laser cutter. Very proud of those. Very cool. So lots and lots of different playing cards there. And all the cards we can't fit in there go in these drawers over here. So lots of playing cards in all these drawers. So here we have collectible decks, 1, 2, and 3. Card-related tricks. More card-related tricks. Jumbo cards. Card accessories. Deck switch related. Ackies. Then there's a main bookshelf over here. Again, loads and loads and loads and loads of books. There we go. Books there. Cups and ball shelves. Where's other stuff out here? And this is our sponge ball areas. These are all different sponge balls in there by size and shape and category. Then we've got all the rope stuff over there. Storage stuff under here with lots more sponge balls in there. And drawers with things like matchbooks in. Running out of space here, but you can see all of the other drawers all categorised there. Stuff in the shelves, so things like ring on string, hydrostatic glass, egg related, double cross, pen related, refills, illusionist, Paul Harris presents, penguin magic, magic Teo, blank cards, scapology, ring and key related, PK rings, vanishing devices. Trevor Duffy's got his own drawer there. Omni products, metal bending, free shell, fire related, 4 drawers of that, card sharp, Nielsen. Animation levitations, the Fearsome products, Mystica products, Teflon bands and coins, coin bands. We've got slush powder, thumb biters, thumb tips, Vernay's got their own drawer, Mentalism got drawers, wallet drawers, coin drawers, and again all around here as well, loads and loads more drawers, all categorised on there, more stuff at the top. Behind there is the post desk with all the postal equipment, we should pack everything up. Down here we've got more stuff here. These are all cards down there, all different cards, gimmick cards, trick decks, stuff like that. And a section around there that's similar as well. Pretty much about it really. So yeah, and then we've got the workshop downstairs. I can't go downstairs, the cable's not that long, but we've got the workshop downstairs. And a few more bits over there. Look. There we go. And I mean, there's loads of little drawers and shelves full of magic all over the place, but and we also have a warehouse, so 2 units down. There's a big unit down there, and we rent half their space as well, and they've got loads and loads of room in there for us, and we have tons and tons of stuff over there, all the stuff that's being processed or stuff we can't stock in the shop. Just we only got so much room for display. So yeah, that's a tour of the shop. Yeah, those little sponge balls I showed you earlier. Let me just go back to these very quickly. So we're working on these at the moment. Where's the close up? There it is. So here we are, 2 sponge balls. Notice anything weird about them? Well, these sponge balls are solid sponge balls. There you go. So yeah, the idea behind these, it was about 6 years ago, Gary Jones approached me and said, Dave, I want to do a routine with some solid sponge balls. Can you make them for me? and did a lot of experimentation, and eventually managed to find a way to do it. It was really tough to do. It took a long time, but I got them. Sent them to him. We did that. Anyway, about 4 or 5 months ago, Gary approached me again and said, "That idea with the sponge balls, do you fancy releasing that?" I said, "Well, no, sorry, my bad. I could step back. Some time ago, he asked if I want to release it. I said, I can't. It's too much work. Can't really, find a way to do it cheaply enough and quickly enough. Wouldn't do it." Again, he contacted me some time ago. I re-looked at it, and with the help of Mel, my prop maker downstairs, we did find a way to do it. So we've now got a load of these made up. We haven't got any routines or anything with it yet, but we're working on that, and they will be released at some point. It's going to be some kind of final load routine with the balls there. So, doorbell going again. 1 second, guys. Nightmare bin anyway. So it says UPS collecting something. Right, so yeah, that's tour of the shop. Hope you liked it, Amber. Right, okay. Tom Cocker says start with an actual Facebook profile picture first, Razza. Yeah, good call. I get nervous about hiring people for cheap. I give unofficial pay rises of 20%. Hiring people for cheap. What do you mean, Razza? I don't get what you mean on that. Jonas says I'm sober, so you can please talk about kombucha. Kombucha, tell us how to make it. I'll send you the videos, Amber. Drop me an email. Alex can't stop talking about it. Sean Man says exactly, you're learning. However, when you started out in business, you can't blow all your money at once. It's reckless. Ryan says, hi Dave, did you ask Mike about the fizzy milk from 2 weeks ago? No, I didn't, Ryan. No, I completely forgot again. But he would have said something if something had happened, I'm sure of it. And I didn't put a sign on it saying, please shake before use, which I should have done. So, you know what it's like if you open a fizzy drink, it probably just would have fizzed and been all right. So I keep forgetting. I'll see him on Wednesday because I'm fishing with him. I'll try and remember then and see what happened. Sean Mann, excuse me, says, what good timing. Timing is everything, said Benjamin Edward. Timing is Everything by Tony Clark is an amazing DVD. If you ever get a chance to get hold of it, it's not available anymore, I don't think. It might be available as a download somewhere, but if you haven't seen it, it's a really good DVD. Tony Clark was a student at Slidini, and most of it is all about movement, body movement, body language, and misdirection, time misdirection, your own performance timing. Really good DVD. Tom Cocker says, have a great birthday, Dave. Thank you, Tom. Liam Barden says, the Sharpie reel looks good. What do you think about it? Yeah, I've seen that, Liam. It does look really good. It's a great idea putting one into a Sharpie. I'm sure people have tried it before, but this one seems to have been successful. So yeah, it's a new day reel. Looking forward to getting it in. We've got a load in reserve. Brendan says, great advice, Dave. Thanks. You'll need to write the book. Enjoy your weekend. I was going to write a book about 10 years ago on the business of performing. I just never got around to it. I certainly don't have time anymore. Maybe one day. Jonas says, get a good photographer who knows how to shoot action photos. Not all photographers are good at action photos of performers, as they mainly work in a studio. I'm lucky enough to have one of Europe's best circus photographers living in my town. Wow. Yeah, if you do have a photographer following you around for some action shots, make sure you know what points within your act are going to be best for that. So usually it's a reveal. So as you turn over a card, but don't just say turn over the card, is that yours? If you know there's a photograph going to be taken, okay, come down close to them, get shoulder to shoulder. In fact, Daniel, can I use you a second, mate? Yeah, come on. So Daniel's going to be on the camera. So let's say we're in a final reveal stage, and I say, look, there's one card there, and we know there's a photographer who's over there. I come close to Daniel and say, Daniel, hold it in hand for me, hold it in hand. Perfect, keep it just there. Daniel, this is your moment. Could that be your card? Could it be your card? Have a look at it. And they get right close like this. So now Daniel's going to turn around. He's going to react well. The photographer's going to snap at that moment. I'm in the photograph. So they know it's not just some random picture you've stolen off the internet or whatever. They can see you in there. And chances are, if you get it right, you can get this little sort of smile on your face looking at him like that, as he's going, wow. Probably looking at you, he won't necessarily be looking at the camera, thank you, mate. So yeah, use that point of magic. Make sure you're in the photograph, get down on their level, so there's not one up here or down here with somebody tall or short. Get on their level if you can, and really get into that photograph and be there ready. That as they're turning it over, so you get a good picture there as well. And smile. Don't forget to smile if there's a photograph being taken and you're in it. For me, things like the sugar routine, when they open the hand and there's a sugar cube in their hand or in my hand, that's a really good moment. There's always a moment when I give them the envelope to open and they open it and find their ring in it. As they go inside and open it, there's a ring in their hand. Ding dong, fantastic. A lot of people hate ding dong, and you've got to be very careful on who you use it with, use it on the right audience. But again, some of the best photographs on my website are with ding dong. They open the hand and that moment it comes out, I've had people crying on camera and video. It's that beautiful, beautiful moment. The only downside to that is you can get a lot of photographs on your website like that with a sponge penis on your hand, which you don't want. So I thought I heard the door open downstairs. So yeah, I've been a little bit naughty on my website in that I've photoshopped some of the ding dongs to look like sponge balls, just taking the end off, which is a bit naughty, but the reactions are real. And one of them, I think I took it off, and then I put a little green mint on their hand just because there's so many pictures of ding dongs on it. But the reactions with that are fantastic, and you can't fake that kind of laughter. So it's not like you've got some actor going, ha ha ha. You know, when you've got a proper belly laugh, that really shows up on camera and looks great. And that's what people want to see for their bookings. Amber says, I hope everyone is liking the tour. I've been in the shop, it's fantastic there. Michael McCarthy says, afternoon Prop Doggers. Amber says, hello Michael, Dave is giving a tour of the shop for those that have never been. Walter says, if I sent a card info, ignore it. Okay. Mike Sullivan, hello buddy, I hope all is well. Sorry I couldn't get there. Magic Circle renewal started today. See you tomorrow. Looks like you have it in the bag. Yeah, no problem, Mike. If you're still on, did you open the milk in the fridge the other day? The one that was in the clear bottle? If so, anything happen? I'll speak to you about it on Wednesday. Charlie says, there are 5 copies of Timing is Everything on the website. Have we got it? Because I kept the guys asking. I remember when they were running low, I bought loads of them because I didn't want them running out. I wanted to make sure I had all the copies. If I do have it, then get one. They're the last ones. I think you find they're out of stock at Murphy's, so I'll have to double check on that one. But yeah, brilliant DVD, brilliant. I was under the impression it was sold out. Raza says, oh sorry, what I mean is I get nervous about having freelance people do a good job only then to get paid less than what they deserve. So I try to put 20% on top of people's regular rates if possible. Help me to treat them respectfully, e.g. quote photography. Oh, I see what you're saying, Raza. So if you hire someone to do photography or whatever. Raza, that seems to me very much like you want them to like you more for doing that. If they quote 400, give them 400. You know, if they do an outstanding job afterwards and you are overwhelmed with what they do, then by all means give them a little tip. But if they say it's £400, don't offer them 480 before you even start. You know, if you think they're worth it at the end, then great. But yeah, you don't need to, mate. That's their fee. They're happy with that, and there's no reason. So Mike says, no, I didn't. Have I missed something? Bugger. I'll tell you about it Wednesday, mate. Tell you then. And Andy Tingley says, you sure did. Ryan says, you need to watch the live from 2 weeks ago. That's to Mike, but I'll explain to Mike on Wednesday. In fact, I might see you tomorrow, mate. I'll probably pop in tomorrow, Mike, if you're still there. Right, guys, I think that's it now. So we are going to do a quick giveaway because I'm going to be very busy tonight. I've got a lot of stuff to do. So, yeah. Ooh, good night tonight. Right, so let's give away the 2 very kind, generous gifts from Dave Loosely, which is his signed copy of Creative Collective, Volume 1, and his At the Table DVD from August 2017. So, right. Guys, you know the rules. Any minute now, you're going to see the word "go" appear on your screen. Oh, hang on. Otto says, haha, darn it, I missed the arrival of the package. I was on the phone. Oh, Otto, watch a video back later. Yeah, it was just beautiful timing, mate. Beautiful timing. Right, when you see the words "go" appear on your screen, you have 1 minute to name a card. If you name one of the cards that's going to be shown in a minute, then you get to win the prize. I'll choose which card goes where when I do it. And yeah, it's the first card that comes up on my screen. Only name one card, guys, and you have 1 minute to name that card from now. If you name 2 cards, guys, you will be disqualified. Dan, do you want to come up and choose 2 cards for us, mate?
Sure.
So just any 2 cards you want. Put 1 on that one and 1 on that one, and we'll see who wins what. I'm glad you remember where the markings were that I showed you earlier. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Awesome. Right. We have 30 seconds, chaps. 30 seconds. When you see the word stop, no more cards are to be called. If you name a card after that, then you will be disqualified. Well, not disqualified, it's just one cat in the card. So yeah, somebody's going to win one and somebody's going to win that one over there. And if you do win, guys, and you haven't shopped with us before, just drop us an email on Tuesday, because we'll close Monday. Drop us an email, well, you can drop an email anytime, but we'll post it on Tuesday. Drop us an email with your address on if you haven't shopped with us before, and we will send it out to you on Tuesday morning. Stop just there we go. Right, so no more cards to be called. Let's see who has won what. Right, right, so the cards called were the Jack of Diamonds, and that's for Dave Lucy's At the Table, and the 7 of Spades for the Creative Collective. Okay, let's see who has won. Somebody might be going, yes, I won at the moment. Right, remember what they are. So Jack of Diamonds, 7 of Spades. Oh, Wifty, so close, 7 of Hearts. And Thomas won the 7 of Hearts. Jack of Diamonds, straight on, Rob James. Jane, congratulations, mate. That's one gone. You have won the At the Table lecture. And we need a 7 of Spades, don't we? 6 of Spades, Gary Simpson. You're the closest at the moment, Gary. If no one else gets it, you will be the winner. Oh, 7 of Spades, there we go. George Angel, congratulations, George. You are the winner of the Creative Collective. So, George, if we don't have your address, mate, just send us an email. Say, I won the Creative Collective. Can you send it to me and give us your address? So, anyone else who got the 7 of Spades and the Jack of Diamonds won't count because it's the first that are on my screens that count. So, did anyone else get it? Nope, no one else got them anyway, so yeah, there we go. Right, guys, that's it for this week. A bit of a shorter live. Well, we did an hour in the end, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, thank you all for joining us. Have a great weekend. Have a great bank holiday weekend for those in the UK. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. Well, Sunday and Monday are going to be gorgeous, and the rain has stopped here, so fingers crossed it's going to be lovely. See you later, guys, and thank you as always for joining us. Bye.